Hello and thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be using Iron Orchid Designs molds and clay along with DIY paint, pigmented wax, and copper patina to create a sweet little trinket box. Let's get started. I'm using, of course, the air dry clay because it's my favorite. Can I just use this putty, one of these paint knives, putty knives? You can use anything that has a straight edge. An old credit card, rewards card of some sort, that will work. Any kind of straight edge will work here. And all I'm doing is kind of smushing it down. And the micro rim on these molds will give you a nice clean edge. See, you can see the outline. And then I flip it over and I just roll the mold so the casting will just pop out. Now these little tails on these seahorses, you might have to help that a little wee bit, just gently kind of tug it out. And then try to, there you go. It actually turns out pretty cute, hey? I like seahorses. So in here, I just have normal carpenter's wood glue. It's the Express, so it dries a little bit faster. And it works perfectly fine. I've never had any issues with this glue. I haven't had a need to go out and spend a fortune on some kind of a fancy glue. Or actually, more of the issue is trying to find it. You'll see other retailers or IOD themselves really promote it's called Tight Bond, quick and thick. It's not so easy to find. So I find this works perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go right over these two drawers and then I will show you how to make that work so that I can find my X-Acto knife and cut through. And now see, the drawer opens. Easy peasy. Ta-da! One by one, I make the air dry clay castings and I glue them on as I go. I find it a lot easier to remove the castings from the mold if I use cornstarch every single time. One of the benefits to using the air dry clay and to gluing them on as you're making them is that they're easy to form around corners or on curves, just like I did with that starfish. I brought out the text stamp. This one is Victoria, because I thought it looked kind of treasure chesty looking. But now that I see how big it is and how little that box is, I don't know what I would write. Gems. Oh, I kind of like that. Okay, now these little skinny buggers are hard to get out sometimes, okay? Successful G. It is a G, right? It's weird all of a sudden. Come on, E. You can do it. Sweet. E. And one more. Just kind of help it a little bit. Oh, come on, S. There we go. All right. So now the super fun part. Let's move you. Putting glue on these little buggers. So now I don't know if this silver dollar is going to fit. See? I put that in the wrong spot. Now I'm going to have to put this here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to bend it because it's partially dry. Okay, so I made a little dent in the back. See my dent in the back? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of wedge that out. Have I ever done this before? No. So we're going to try it. Because in my head, if we wedge this out, it's going to be easier for it to bend, right? All right. That actually kind of worked. This might actually work. Holy. All else fails, fill it with glue. I'm thinking of painting this like a brown and a copper. And then I'm going to use the shipwrecked wax. I think. I wanted it to look kind of old and treasure chesty. Okay, this is still cracking. This is a big fat mold to try to go around a corner. I don't think that's going to work very well. I don't like that. That looks gross. There. Once it's painted, it's going to look pretty cute. What do you guys think? We're going to finish this little unit this morning. We're going to paint and wax it. First, I'm going to pull out these drawers because we put the molds right over here. And I'm just going to sand them a little bit. There we go. Everything works good. And now what the plan is, I want to use the shipwrecked wax. We're going to use this. I'm going to paint it with layered chocolate, DIY's layered chocolate. Kind of make it look like an old, almost like a little treasure chest is my plan, but we'll see how that works out. All right. Now we will start with some wax. This is a stencil brush that I didn't use as a stencil brush because it loses bristles like I don't even know. Not cheap. The Stenciled Garden is the name on it, but I would never ever recommend anybody buy one of these brushes. Like, look at that. Look at all those bristles that are coming out. And that's constant. No matter how many times I've washed this brush, I should just throw it out. I don't even know why I'm. So anyways, I use it for waxing now, even though it annoys me. We're gonna try it. I don't think I've waxed molds with it, so we'll see how this goes. I might just swap it out for something else. Yep, that's not gonna work. Okay, bye-bye brush. It's a huge pet peeve is bristles falling out of brushes. You expect the odd one with a natural bristle brush for sure, but not constant. So I'm going to use the Pennies from Heaven, the copper patina. And I'm just going to use a little wee bit, kind of just rub it on some of the high points. This is the one case where I put something on top of wax. It just works as a good highlight. And it's not going to go anywhere. See how that brings out all the detail in the little seahorse? We did the layered chocolate paint, and then we did the shipwrecked wax and some copper patina to just rubbed on with a fingertip on the high points. So it's a pretty simple, just a little dollar store box, and it's all good to go. You can put little goodies in there. I'm gonna finish up the inside and the sides of the drawers and stuff because they look all grubby. But just to show you guys how to use the waxes, the pigmented waxes on the molds, on something a little different with the seashells, it works out pretty good. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.